Y'all don't even know. And I was just like, no. I can't find the words. Well, that's embarrassing. What's up, everybody? I know it's been a long time since I have made a video for you guys, but don't fret, we're getting back to it. That's kind of what this video is for today. I'm just gonna be giving you guys a life update, kind of some of the craziness and the good and the bad that's been going on in mine and Kingston's life over the last few weeks. That should kind of give you guys a reason or an idea of why I took a break, and also how I plan to dive back into things. So I know when I originally started this channel, I mentioned that I also was really big into mental health and working on improving my mental health and my self-love, all of that kind of thing. And so I realized I haven't brought a lot of that to this channel. For this video and moving forward, I'm going to start bringing some more mental health and just being really real with you guys. And honestly, your feedback could help me because I'm on a self-growth journey as well, but then just sharing what has helped me. Let me know what self-growth tips y'all would like to see in the future. I currently battle anxiety, so I'm working extremely hard and close to get it under control and manageable without medication. So if you would like to see my anxiety journey story, kind of how that has went for me, let me know. I can do a video on that as well. But today we're just going to be talking about how life affected all of us in 2020, and I'll specifically be sharing with you my struggles through this pandemic and letting you guys know how I'm actively working on staying positive and creating positivity in my life, even though things may happen that are not positive. I think that's what I'm going for. Anyway, without further ado, Kingston and I are currently at my mom's house chilling. I will dive into why a little bit later. If you hear his Mickey Mouse going in the background or him over there talking to Mickey, that's why. So that I'm not just talking to you guys the whole video, I decided to do my makeup while I talk to you guys, kind of a get ready with me. My mom and I are going to go shopping for some 4th of July outfits. So I'm just gonna do my makeup so I don't go to Target and Old Navy looking like the ratchet, tired mom that I am. So yeah, I thought I would just do my makeup for you guys while we talk. Trying to get you guys caught up to what is going on now. I had Kingston in January, and when I was pregnant with him, I was serving at Longhorn. And so obviously as a server, you're not going to get paid for your maternity leave. So I took time off from school. Oh my God, Kingston. To save it for my maternity leave, I took time off from cosmetology school and I worked. After I had Kingston, I never got to fully go back to work because, like I said, I had him in January and then the lockdown happened in March. So with all of that, like serving, everything was closed down. So I never got to fully go back. Kingston and I found a daycare. So I was working there and he was going to the nursery. We both ended up getting really sick, so we stopped going. Long story short, you can't pay your bills if you're not working. Consequently, I fell behind on rent and we had to move back to my mom's house for a few months out of our apartment. Kingston, myself, and his dad moved into my mom's basement. Like, literally just an open basement. There's no like separated rooms, like we were just all in this space. So if you could imagine, it got really crowded. We got really just annoyed with each other, and it was a long 2 months to say the least. Reached out to my uncle who actually owns some rental properties, and I asked him if he had any available, and he actually did. He had a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. So my uncle actually had a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, all one level with a garage duplex in Columbia, and he was giving us like $75 off of the rent each month. So it was a really good deal, and I ended up finding a job full-time, great hourly pay, 40 hours a week in Jeff City. So it's gonna be a little bit of a commute, but whatever. I signed up for it and we moved. So the day before we were going to move, Kingston's dad and I we had kind of one of those fights, and he decided that he was going to move back to his hometown and that we just, needed some space for a while. It really, honestly, you guys, it really wasn't a good fight. Like, I don't want to sugarcoat it. It wasn't a good fight, and I'm not going to go into like detail or anything, but we definitely like had one of those fights, okay? And like I said, he went back to his hometown. My family helped me move into the house, and it was honestly fine for the first week or so. I was just trying to get used to like being alone because I had not lived on my own literally in months. And so I was just trying to get used to having Kingston by myself and like managing all of that, getting ready for work in the morning, commuting to Jeff City. Like, it was a very big transition for me, and it was very lonely. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was very lonely. I struggled, like I really did. So it was hard for me to separate like my emotions with Kingston's dad, and like, you know, I still want to keep their relationship. I want Kingston and his dad to have an opportunity to have a relationship. So I didn't want to take that away from him. I didn't want to hold my feelings for his dad and like the anger or the sadness or whatever the feelings I was feeling. I didn't want to hold it against his dad and then in return it affect their relationship. So I was really struggling to separate the two, and knowing that he is a good dad and he may not just be the right partner for me. Then also just allowing like the little arguments and things that I had with him or with other people, like not allowing it to affect me in a negative way. So it really came down to mental control. Like, I really had to have control over my thoughts and what I was allowing to affect me. And I started to just kind of think about it like, you're the one allowing this to ruin your day. Like, if you wouldn't think about this, you wouldn't be having a bad day right now. And like I said, I really struggle from anxiety. So like, I would just think of one thing and then it would just pounce off another thing, and I would just keep going and just running my brain wild. And it was just kind of one of those overwhelming feelings. Like, I felt like everybody knew what was going on. Everybody was looking down on me. Everybody felt the way that his dad may have felt towards me at the time. I just felt really down on myself, and I was like, no, you have control over your happiness. How are you gonna let someone or something that's hours away from you right now control your mental stability? And I was just like, no. I know I keep saying the same thing. For me, I just had to stop myself and get control. And you know, mental illnesses, you can't always control them, but I feel like you have enough control to control how it affects your life. So yes, you struggle with it, but you have the ability to decide how you're going to let it control your life. And I would catch myself kind of getting sad, like I felt alone, like I felt like I wasn't good enough for anyone. I felt as though I would never be able to move on, or that I wouldn't be able to handle things on my own as a single mother. When I started to get those thoughts in my head, I kind of just forced myself to redirect, like think about something else. It's just like, you're choosing to think about this right now. You're choosing to let this overwork your brain. So think about something else, do something else. So I would turn on some music, or like I have a couple of events coming up where I'm doing makeup for some pictures, and we're focusing back on YouTube and thinking of new ideas and things that I could post for you guys. Just doing more outside the box things that are going to take a lot of my time up, and something that I love to do. I took Kingston to the pool for the first time, just thinking of things that him and I can do together, even though he is still so small, and just making sure that I don't allow myself to just sit around and feel sorry for myself and eat, basically, because that's what I do when I get stressed or depressed. So I literally just force myself to go think about something else. Or if I felt myself start to cry, I literally is the word for this video, because seriously guys, when I tell you there's no other like trick to it, I literally just did it. So when I felt myself start to cry, I kind of would just like take a deep breath. No, like tell myself, no, you are a grown woman, you got this, you're not gonna cry. So I would just stop and I'd turn on some music, do something, like I said, distract yourself, do something else. It's not worth your energy. And through doing this, it allowed me to think more about myself rather than others, and it allowed me to be real with myself. What do you truly think of yourself? What do you truly think about yourself? And I was really real with myself. I was like, you know, you are a great mother, you're hardworking, you hustle and try to find, you know, any means possible, you do what you can, you know. And then I was real with myself. Yes, you have amazing and good qualities, but are there some things that you can change within yourself to make the other things around you better? And so I apologized. I felt for me to move on and for me to feel confident in the fact that I am growing in who I am, I needed to apologize and let it be known that moving forward wasn't going to be the same. So to those people who I had altercations with, and to even Kingston's dad, some of his family members, I just had to get real and apologize for my faults and the things that I said and did, because moving forward, I couldn't feel comfortable if I didn't try to, I can't find the words. I didn't feel comfortable moving forward and growing as who I am if I didn't apologize and let people know that, hey, I know this wasn't right, and in the forward, I am going to put the effort to making this better. Eventually, Kingston's dad and I were able to have an understanding, and he actually came back to help me out with just, childcare. My son is very colicky, as well as separation anxiety, because he literally spent every day for 5 months with his mom and his dad at home, pretty much. So he has some separation anxiety going on. He wasn't doing very well with his babysitter. So his dad came back to help me out with that so I could continue to work and pay the bills. Like we already figured out, you don't work, you don't pay the bills. Upon all of this happening, I just was sent just a little testament of my strength and how really deep and true my anxiety issues are. And y'all, phobias are real, and if you don't have a phobia, you probably won't understand. But for those of you who do, I understand and I feel for you. So this house that I moved into that I was so excited about and got a great deal on, guys, there's spiders and they're huge. They're so big, and I don't know what kind they are, but I'm so freaked out. They're like this big around. Can you guys see that? Like that. They're huge, and I've seen like so many of them in like 2 weeks. And my phobia got so bad that I was showering with my shoes on. I was shaking out all of my clothes before I put them on, shaking out my blankets and my pillows before bed. Like, I was freaked out. Of course, with this big of a phobia, I was thankful that Kingston's dad came back. I don't know why, but that just for some strange reason gave me a sense of safety, like from the spiders, that he was there to like kill them, or like he just could magically find every spider in the freaking house. I don't know, but it made me feel better, so I was glad he came back. My phobia got so bad, like I said, guys, I could not even really function in the house, so I've been staying at my mom's house until the exterminator comes. And even at that, I don't even know if I want to stay there. So basically, we've just been having all of this crazy moving going on and all of these things that I can't control every variable. So I did some research, things that you can and can't control, and that really helped me mentally to feel comfortable with everything going on. It helped me balance out my thoughts, because you cannot control everything. While I can control, what job I have, and I can control the house that I chose to live in, I can control how I treat other people, I can control the efforts I put into relationships, I can control those sort of things, but I can't control the spiders or the bugs that come into my house. I can't control if I have someone that wants to watch my son while I go to work. I can't control how someone else treats me. I can't control what someone else thinks of me. So I had to really get real and open up my way of thinking to one that's going to suit your thoughts. You know how you think every day. You know what triggers you, what affects you. So look into those things. Like for me, it's overthinking things that I have absolutely no control over. And so managing a phobia and managing, a heartbreak or, a good breakup, I had to think about what in these situations can I actually control. Instead of just holding it against Kingston's dad and not talking to him for how things turned out, I apologized for my half, and I am working on being a better person myself so that our relationship can be good enough that he can be around his son. So just doing the things that I can control. You have to decide what things you can control in life and what things that are completely out of your control. Why focus on that? Why give that your energy or your time of day? So if you're someone who struggles with anxiety, overthinking, if you have any phobias or things like that, try that. Try looking up things that are in your control and things that are not in your control. You have to be active all day long. If you catch yourself thinking about something, can I control this or can I not control this? If you can control it, then think of ways you can make it better. What can you do so that this isn't bothering you? If you can't control it, stop thinking about it or think of things that are opposite that you can control. So if it's something like, I can't control that spiders are in my house right now. Well, instead I can call an exterminator. I can stay somewhere else until the exterminator comes. Those are things that I can do. Obsessing over how many spiders I've seen and where they could be, that's not gonna help anything, and that's not gonna make me feel any better. It's actually just gonna make me feel worse. With those kind of thoughts, I have been very sidetracked and haven't been as active on here anymore, but I really plan to get back to it. So I appreciate you guys being understanding that life gets crazy. So the most I can do is, just be authentic, be real with you guys, share with you guys what I'm going through right now. And, for people who truly support and everything, they're going to be understanding and still watch. So you just have to be optimistic in a way with what's going on in your life. Don't just tear yourself down because of one thought, because is that thought negative or positive? How realistic is it? And I'm kind of just like rambling now, but like that's the kind of thoughts I have. Stuff that's like not even realistic, that's probably not going to happen, but I make myself think it is anyway. That's how bad anxiety is, guys. Like, it sounds so stupid even coming out of my mouth, but that's really truly how it feels. If you're somebody that struggles with anxiety, let me know, like, what works for you, what helps you like calm down in the moment, because moving forward, I still want to be able to be a great mom. I still want to be a great employee. I still want to bring you guys great YouTube videos, and I still want to pursue my cosmetology, makeup, hair, all of that. So I have to be able to manage my emotions. So that is an update of my life through the pandemic the last few months, and just struggling with a few normal things that people go through all of the time, but just kind of sharing with you guys how I'm working through them. And also just so that you guys know, I'm not skipping out on this. Like, I am really trying to fit this back into my life, but I want to do it in a way that preserves my mental health and my energy so that I can be a great mom. That has always been my goal since I had my son, is to make sure I do everything in a way that's going to help my son. And that also motivates me when I have those negative thoughts and negative things happen in my life. It just motivates me to fix it, to make it right. And how can I in this moment make it better for myself so that I can be a better mom? And so if you can just find something that makes you want to be better, then in those moments and in those instances where you feel less than, or you feel pretty down on life, you can think back to, hey, there's something that's keeping me going. There's something that I'm working for, working with, working to keep safe, like a baby or an animal or a family member, anything. Just find something that makes you want to keep going and do better. And I promise you will make time. You will make time for your mental health. And that is just it. You have to make time for it. They say it takes I don't even know what they say. It takes 30 to 90 days, something like that, to make a habit and also to break one. So it's going to take me a while to first break the habit of these negative thoughts and these negative actions and reactions that I have. And it's also going to take me a good amount of time to make a new habit of better thoughts and better actions. So be patient with yourself, just like anything you do, losing weight, stop smoking cigarettes, any of that, it takes dedication, and you have to find something to motivate yourself. So that's what I'm focused on right now, and I hope you guys will join me. I want to use my YouTube as a platform for other women and even other men, if that so be it. But I'm really focused on helping women feel encouraged and powerful, and know that just because we are women, one single woman, does not mean that we need a man or we need a job or we need anything specific to be powerful and to be happy and to be stable. You can take control of your life at any given time and make it better. I want to create a community where women feel safe, women feel empowered, and I want to be able to share our stories. So I hope that with me being honest and open with what's going on in my life, that encourages some of you to maybe share your life with me, share stories with me, and honestly, even if they're not something that's going to help me, it may help you to share. So thank you guys for joining. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of 2020. Make it yours. Make the best with what you've been given this year, and just use it to make a better 2021. I love you guys. Thanks for all of your support. I'll see you next time.